Hey, this is Nikki. Before we begin this battle report, we would just like to get some feedback from you. Just leave a comment or email us at games@ozarkgladiators.com on what you would like to see us play. What characters, what crisis, what kind of scenarios. We would love to hear from you. We're having so much fun doing this. Thank you.
This week I'm playing the Brotherhood of Mutants. I'm leading them with Magneto, Toad, Sabretooth, Mystique, and Drax. Now, even though I am playing Magneto, I am going to have Mystique's leadership ability. I'm very intrigued by it, and I think it could work out really well, but I need to see how it works in action. Obviously, I'm playing all 4 Brotherhood of Mutants that are released right now. I needed a 5th, so I brought in Drax, because Drax is a heavy hitter. I'm hoping that his short-range attacks are not going to be too detrimental, but I do know that when he hits hard. Other than that, I've got a vague idea how I'm going to play the rest of my team, but since this is my first time with all of them but Mystique, we'll have to see. For my team tactics, I'm bringing Asteroid M, the Books of Truth, Magnetic Refraction, Magnetic Crush, and Deception. Now, these are all specific to either the Brotherhood or somebody on the team, in Deception's case. I'm just trying them out. I want to see how they work. I don't have an overall plan. I do know Magnetic Refraction has a very interesting ability of giving cover to Magneto and then people within 3, and then can be recycled back into your hand. That's kind of interesting. Asteroid M seems to work a lot like Mothership, so it's kind of a mini teleport. And the rest of these, as they come up, I will be sure to explain them, but I'll be interested to see how I can play them in this game.
Today I'm playing Uncanny X-Men with Storm as the leader, then Cyclops, Wolverine, Beast, and Captain Marvel. This is the 3rd time I've played Uncanny X-Men, so I feel like I've learned a lot about them. I'm going into this knowing that Magneto is tough, and he's tough to bring down, so my strategy is I can't really avoid him entirely, but I'm not going to be just going after him either. My X-Men they can maneuver around the board pretty easily, and they have pretty good defense. Cyclops and Captain Marvel have pretty good long-range attacks. Wolverine and Beast are good up close, so I'm going to spread them out. And then just Captain Marvel seemed like a really good choice to bring in. I've played her a lot, so I think she'll make a good addition. For my team tactic cards, I'm bringing First Class, Exceptional Healing, Advanced R&D, Children of the Atom, and Brace for Impact. First Class is just a given. For no power, or for the first time you interact with an objective, it's a no cost of power. Exceptional Healing is great for Wolverine. Advanced R&D seemed like a pretty obvious choice with Beast accumulating so much power. Children of the Atom removes special conditions and gives you power for it. Brace for Impact, I probably wouldn't have thought of that right away, but I saw it on somebody playing it online, and I thought, wow, what a great idea. So Magneto is throws as well as Drax, but especially Magneto, so it seems like a good decision.
Alright, Nikki won roll off, but I have to place my metal construct during the power-up phase, so that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just placing my first metal construct from Magneto.
So I'm playing first class, and that allows any Uncanny X-Men to interact with an objective token for no power cost.
The first time.
Yes, the first time. And I can't use Captain Marvel because she is not an Uncanny X-Men. But she's going to pick up the hammer.
Alright, I am starting with Drax for my first activation. And he's just going to stroll on over there next to the hammer, and he'll pick it up for 1. And now I'm using the leadership ability for the Brotherhood of Mutants. What that allows you to do is one person, or once per turn, you can drop a token, and it's kind of like controlling it. I'm now considered to secure that objective, and I can walk away from it. If somebody else from Nikki's side should walk up to it, I automatically lose it. But while no one else is trying to get it, I can just leave it there, and I'm considered to be contesting that Extremis console.
Alright, so Cyclops. And I'm looking to see how close I am to Drax. My brain went dead for a minute there. So I see that he is within 4, so I figure I might as well attack him.
I thought it was more snug behind that.
So Optic Blast. So 3.
None.
And I rolled my crit, so 4, but Drax has, I can take it, so 3.
I think we should also clarify, for leadership, Nikki's using Storms, and I'm using Mystiques. Alright, so it's now time for Magneto. He is a flyer, thank goodness, so I just move on up to that platform. It is size 5, and I grab the hammer there. I thought that was a good move. Magneto could hold on to that.
So I'm going to move Beast, and I'm going to use one of Mystique's leadership abilities.
Storm.
Oh my gosh, Storm. So if you're within 2 of an ally, and you can then teleport to 1.
As long as you're not holding an objective.
Yes. And Andy was okay with me kind of balancing on that little structure over there. So I'm wishing I could attack, but I can't quite see Drax. Or was it Drax? Yeah, that I was looking for. And so I'm just going to move him up for a second action.
Yeah, I figured if he's bouncing on that little beam, he can bounce on a big pipe. Alright, so now I am activating... Nope, I'm Sabretooth. I thought I was doing Mystique here for a second, but it's Sabretooth. I was a little bit unsure what to do with Sabretooth here. I moved him behind the sign, ultimately, just to move him up, get him in range for some combat next round. Not sure that was the best move. And I don't think I could have reached up on that building since I would have had to use my short. So that might have been my first mistake of the game. Not sure.
All right, so Wolverine. And I decide that I'm going to move him up closer to Sabretooth so that I'll be in a better position for the next round.
Next, I have Toad, and Toad is a kind of unique one. He's really not my favorite Brotherhood character. I find him kind of repulsive and annoying, but he's got this very cool ability in this game, which allows you to be range 2 instead of range 1 away from an objective token to claim it. So even though I am range 2 here, I am claiming it, or I'm contesting it, I should say. I'm contesting it with Captain Marvel. So denied that point there.
All right, there's Storm. And I realized that I need to contest that over there where Magneto is, and I really don't want to be by him. But I figure I'll move her out pretty quickly after this round.
Yeah, she's like, this is going to be scary. I'm like, okay, why? All right, my last activation is Mystique. And I love the fact that she's a long movement tool, a long mover, I should say. And that puts me within range of Beast for some pistolas. Or a pistol attack, if you want to be specific here. Had a lot of luck with that in the last game, so hoping to do some good damage, and I miss. I miss it all. And
well, I just said, can I go ahead and roll my defense? Because Beast has that cool thing where if he rolls a failure, he gets a power, so...
And guess what she did? She got her power. Right during the power-up phase, I moved my second metal construct, and it's Nikki's turn.
All right, so what I'm wanting to do is move Storm away from Magneto. I'm not about to face him alone.
I was like, psych!
So now I'm thinking about using her leadership ability where I can move her within one of an ally. And I'm like, no, never mind. And then I decide I do want to, so I'm having a hard time deciding what to do with her.
All right, it's Drax's turn next. Trying to get this maneuver through. Again, this is another one of those, did I do the right thing here? I ignore Storm and I ignore Beast because I want to go after Cyclops. He has my vengeance token. I should be able to do a pretty solid hit on him. I have a hammer. I have the vengeance tokens. Blades. It should be a fantastic hit. It should be a fantastic hit, but it's not. It is garbage. No, I'm not bitter at all about that.
Yeah, you're a little bitter.
You're going to start seeing that trend throughout this game, by the way. So I use his throw ability, and I throw the tethered node at Cyclops. And at least that hits him for 4. Something went my way there.
All right, so Cyclops is he's doing his hit and run with an optic blast on Drax. And how many is that, Andy? 4.
Yeah, the camera cut that off. I only roll 1 block there. That camera drove me crazy through this game. I apologize. I can take this, or I can take it, so I only took 3 from that.
So using my hit and run ability, I get in the perfect position to do optic devastation on Drax and Mystique. So I start with Drax. And I have 8 dice because I've got a hammer.
That's me not blocking any of that.
And I think that dazed him.
Yes, it did.
So next is Mystique. 5.
That's me not blocking any of it.
I'm sorry, Andy.
No, you're not. So yeah, she dazed Drax and Mystique. I dropped my hammer.
Okay, and then this is so I'm okay.
She's getting ahead of herself. Oh, you're using the leadership ability now.
No, this is Field Leader.
Field leader, sorry.
I knew that was coming up. So, Field Leader is where if Cyclops has an allied character within 4, that character can advance short. And I'm thinking, oh yay, I can get Storm up there by the console, but she is just a teeny tiny bit out. But it was worth a shot.
No, that was good. That was very good. So now Sabretooth is activating, and he's going to try to take the umph out of Captain Marvel, starting with a claw slash. Yeah, a hit for 2. At least that's a wild. She blocked one of that right there. So she's bleeding. Good start. And then I do Savage Predator. This is his more powerful attack. 7 dice. Yeah, that's a great roll. I wish there were some wilds, but I'll take 5 hits any day. Especially the way I've been rolling. But of course she does block 2 of those. So, not too bad.
Alright, so I'm activating Captain Marvel, and I'm going to interact with the console to heal a damage. And then I'm going to spend 5 power for binary form. And we couldn't find the right token for binary form. I can't remember what we ended up using.
It's the Guardians of the Galaxy token.
It works. So, strike, and I'm in binary form, so I add 2, and then I also have a hammer. So, is that 2? So not the greatest, but... Alright, so now I'm going to attack with Energy Blast, which means I can change the attack dice. Five. What did that add?
7.
7.
So basically what happened here is when the first time she hit me, I used aggressive to move up. And then she hit me again and dazed me. That's why you see me up there. And then she threw that sign at poor Toad.
That was a good turn for Captain Marvel.
It was a phenomenal turn. And I end up taking... I block 2 of that, so I took 1. Again, I apologize for the camera there. So now it's Magneto's turn. And he's coming down. He wants to play. Gonna try to grab that hammer. But first, so I misspoke here, or I misdid this here. I first played Magnetic Refraction because that each hammer would have caused that card to cost more. So she allowed me to say before I picked up the hammer, I played that. I now have 2 hammers on Magneto. Now, the beauty of also playing Mystique as my leader is every time I pick up an extraction token, I get a power. So technically, it doesn't cost me any power to pick up one of those hammers. And that's it from my turn with Magneto.
Alright, here's Beast. And I decided to go ahead and attack Magneto while I'm by him. So 4. It says Acrobatic Strike.
Yeah, I thought I could take this without using the my improved dice roll that allows me to do 6.
And did I roll a wild there?
Yes.
So roll a wild. I have to move within 1. So how many did you take there?
I took 3 because I do have cover from Magnetic Refraction.
So that's me moving within 1 because I did roll a wild. So I'm going to attack again, this time with Animalistic Freestyle.
And I'm using Force Projection. That gives me 6 dice for defense.
And I also rolled a wild with this one. So 5. Usually you can push, so I can't push him.
Not with Force Projection.
Correct. So
now I rolled horribly here. I was going to go Dazed, so I used the Book of Truth, which allows me to reroll my defense. And it didn't do me any good.
So with Animalistic Freestyle, after the attack is resolved, I can move medium. So that is what I'm getting ready to do.
And she dazed Magneto. I did not expect that.
I was not expecting that. I was just like, oh, well, I'm right by him. I might as well attack him. It was like kind of a fluke, I guess, but it worked. So I moved over back by the console with my medium move.
So yes, that
advance. It was an advance.
Yeah. So that is 3 days tokens you see there. I am shocked. I expected Drax to be dazed this round, but not Magneto for sure, and Mystique shocked me as well.
That was a good round for me.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
I honestly, that was just luck with Beast. I don't know. It was just...
Well, Beast and Cyclops.
Cyclops, I kind of had a plan, though. With Beast, I was kind of like, well, let's just give it a try.
I'm going to ask you not to use that inner thought again. So, my thought here was I'm not going to attack with Toad because I wanted to take out Captain Marvel next round, when it would have done me good. So, I just maneuvered him away and didn't do anything else.
Alright, so Wolverine.
Plus, Captain Marvel had binary on her.
Right, that would have been tough. So I just moved Wolverine up.
Alright, starting round 3, I was actually pretty pumped. I had a lot of power from Daisy knocking 4 of my 5 people. So I'm starting with Magneto and using Asteroid M, which is a short teleport. Basically, I teleport within range 1 of another person. Each of them, Magneto and the other person, paid 2. Since I didn't have any hammers, this was a legal move. So I am teleporting next to Mystique. And then I'm going to grab those 2 hammers. Again, with Mystique's leadership ability, that actually did not cost me any power. So now I am going to target Storm. I felt pretty good about this. Reverse polarity, when you're in range 2 of your opponent, you get to reroll your dice. So with 2 hammers, strength 6 right off the bat, that's 8 dice all in all. I felt pretty good about this attack on Storm. And yay, I'm adjusting the camera. I finally figured out that it was not right. So 3 off the bat, and she blocked 3. Oh. And my rerolls did me no good, so no damage.
Storm's not going to let you have it that easily.
No. Nor should she. So I tried again. I really just don't want her to take that token away from me, basically. Oh, and, Daisy, another one of her characters would be nice. So I start out with 5 this time. Much better. She's only blocked 1 so far. Yay! And now I get my rerolls. And I do end up doing enough damage to finally daze her.
Alright, so Captain Marvel. And she's going to attack Beast. Or not Beast. Sabretooth.
Please attack Beast.
So using Rocket Punch. How many is it? 5.
Yeah, I fear Rocket Punch and Nikki. So I took 5.
So I interact with the console to heal a damage, and then I don't know what happened, but I think I was going to use my second action to get rid of bleed, and just totally forgot. So I still have bleed, and I only did 1 action. That was a mistake.
I think she was smug with power at this point. But no, so Drax is up. I could have gone with Sabretooth, but I thought take out Cyclops. He, I figured, could do more point-wise damage than me being able to do on attack with Sabretooth. Because I was staggered. Alright, so Titan Killer. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. And she blocked 3. But luckily, I only needed 2 more to daze him. Or 2 all in all, I should say, to daze him. So I dazed Cyclops. And now I'm moving over to the console to try to grab a point. Or at least deny a point, I should say.
Okay, so Wolverine is going to attack Sabretooth. Adamantium slash. Three. And you blocked 1, I believe?
2.
2. But
that's all you needed.
That's all I needed. So he is knocked out. So I see Toad over there, looking smug.
That's just disgusting. He's looking disgusting. That's
He
his
is looking kind of gross. Berserker Barrage. How many is that?
6.
Oh, that was a good roll.
You think? You say that a lot this game. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, you hit him for 4. He had already taken 1 damage from the sign, so you dazed him as well. The Brotherhood is getting their butts just handed to them this game. The one thing I've learned is this game is never over. Not until the last round. So, Mystique is up. Mystique has done phenomenal things, especially to Beast. Multiple games we have seen her just completely devastate him.
Yeah, the last game we played.
The last 2 times we played her against him.
That's right.
So I tried Espionage, and I roll 1 damage. 1 damage. Can you take that, Beast? Oh, take that 1 damage, Beast.
That was adorable.
That was adorable.
All right, so Beast versus Drax, Animalistic Freestyle. If I roll a wild, I can push him short. It doesn't look like I did. No, yeah, I did. So 3, and did you block any?
Yeah, I blocked him. So you did 1 damage to him.
Okay, then I get to move him short. Or push him short, I should say.
Yeah, I block 1, and then I can take it. Knocked another point off. We wanted to make sure we were doing our pushes and our throws accurately. And I just let her know that he had a vengeance token.
Okay, so Beast versus Mystique. I think that's 4.
You did 4, yeah.
Yep.
And now you're full of power. You throw her. Which is enough to knock her out. Alright, round 4. I'm going to start by moving Drax over to Beast. Now he is stunned from Espionage at least. He's got a vengeance token. I've got the hammer, because I did grab the hammer from Cyclops when I knocked him out. We forgot to mention that. So I have quite a few dice here with blades on Beast. And I hit him for 8. 6. Seven, 8. So hit him for 8 all in all. Nick use Stars and Garter. We're just verifying how much damage I actually did to him here. So she blocks 3, but that's enough to stun him. I'm sorry, daze him. That's enough to daze him.
All right, Cyclops. Is going to do hit and run, optic blast on Drax. 3.
And I take 2 because if I can take it.
So now for his run part of hit and run, he's going to move over by the console. And he is going to attack Drax again with Optic Devastation. So 4. And he takes 3.
Yeah. Classic me for this game. I didn't didn't take any of that, or I didn't block any of that, I should say. So that KO Drax.
Sorry, Drax.
I just wasn't being silent enough. Alright, so this is Magneto. I'm attacking Storm. I really just want to stop her from being able to get any points over here. So I start with reverse polarity. Again, I have 2 extra dice due to the hammers. So I hit her for 6 damage here. 7. And I believe she blocked 4 of that. I'm sorry, she blocked 3 of it, so she took 4. So I thought, well, how about a tethered no to the face? And she actually said brace for impact. She meant to do brace for impact. So I said, well, how about a power reactor to the face? And she said, okay.
I at least made you work for it.
You made me work hard for that. So he is gone. Or, I'm sorry, she is gone. I missed my last activation with him. I should have moved up to the console. Don't know why I didn't.
So we've each done that one time. I guess it evened out. Yeah. Captain Marvel, Energy Blast.
So you hit me for 1. And I used Slippery to try to get away. I thought I might actually be able to escape to the other side of the map here.
But no. He was still in range of Energy Blast, so I did it again. And I can re-roll attack dice with Energy Blast.
And I only have 3 on the injured side, so she made a big green splat right there. And then you healed yourself.
Yeah, I kept healing and then getting my damage. Okay, so there goes Wolverine. I'm using advanced R&D from Beast to get a power. I didn't quite have enough power to do the charge best at what I do. I was hoping I'd get close enough to the console there, but it didn't happen.
No, you did do best at what I do.
Yeah, I did do it because I had enough power from advanced R&D, but I was hoping to get it closer to the console. But
oh, gotcha, yeah.
So Adamantium Slash. It did not roll very well, but I got a wild, which was worth 2.
And a pierce that also pierced it.
Mm-hmm.
I took 1 damage from that, but you made me bleed. All right. I still have Magneto. It's not over yet. All right, so Magneto. I'm going to take that shop building and I'm going to throw it into Wolverine's face. And it does. Oh, but... so that's 4 damage right there. Move closer to get that console. Then I hit Wolverine with reverse polarity. Again, still 8 dice. I think this is the most damage I've ever done to Wolverine in all of our playing. And I rolled phenomenally. Of course, at the very end, I hit him for 5. Really? You couldn't let me have this.
Well, I had to play my card. Exceptional healing, which is sort of like Odin's blessing for Wolverine.
1 damage. He only had 1 left. No, he had 2. Because he has 7.
Yeah.
I could have dazed him if he hadn't played that.
But I did. All right, adamantium slash on Magneto. So 1.
Your greed cost you there.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, you moved up a little bit for 1 action, and then you hit him with that. And then you were trying to determine if you might be able to make it to another console with Beast. You couldn't.
I was just looking at all my options, Andy.
And that's the end of the game. There have been so few games that I have played that have been so frustrating as this one. Because I could not throw anything to save my life, and Nikki was on fire this entire game. Not only that, I set up poorly, I executed poorly, and Nikki set up well and executed well.
Well, that was the 3rd time I've played Uncanny X-Men, so I've learned a lot. The last game we played where you were unaffiliated, you kicked my butt.
Yeah.
Last 2, I should say, because we had a practice game. So I learned a lot. Their strengths, their weaknesses. I did a lot of research. So I went into this game thinking I'm probably not going to win, honestly, because I've had my butt kicked twice playing them. And kind of just like, well, I'm just going to play the best game that I can. I was very relaxed going into it. So I don't know. It worked.
It worked well.
And the dice were with me most of the time. I had a few not so great rolls, but I had definitely a few lucky rolls too.
I think the reason she had the bad rolls was just to prove that she wasn't cheating, even though she totally was. So I apologize to anybody who watched this game to figure out how to play Magneto, because I did not play him well. This was my first time playing everybody but Mystique on this list, including Drax. Having said that, I did learn a lot. My first mistake was my biggest mistake, which is how I set things up. I should have put Magneto and Toad next to each other, partnered up. I should have then put Drax and Sabretooth teamed up, and then had Mystique kind of in the middle. Kind of like how you did it with Cyclops in the middle, and had Beast and Storm on one side, and Wolverine and Captain Marvel on the other. I think things could have been different. I won't say they would have been dramatically different, because Nikki had a great game plan going in, and I did not. But I think if I had set up better, things may have gone differently in this game. But again, it's a dice game. Who knows? I did my best. I tried to keep the frustration level down, But I was, I think, just out and out depressed by round 3 in this game.
Oh my gosh, you were really depressed, yes.
It's just, well, you throw everything and it's like, why? Why have you abandoned me, dice? And I don't have another set of dice so I could go get, so... I had to use, and I was using the same dice she was, and I couldn't do anything with them. So that was just frustrating. But having said that, it's always fun playing with Nikki. And I felt honestly a hell of a lot better after the game. We decided we need to start recording the immediate after action of the games instead of watching what we did and then kind of digesting a little bit more. I thought we had a really good discussion at the end of the game. That's what we do. We spend probably 15-20 minutes after every game just kind of talking about what went right, what went wrong, and what overall thoughts were. And then we actually kind of spend the rest of the evening on and off discussing various aspects of the game. So I do feel better because I know what I should do differently next time. And there will be a next time.
Oh, definitely. I think the first time I play a new team like that, I don't do very well. I always have a lot to learn. So this is my third time, so I felt like I learned a lot the last 2 games. So
third time is the charm, evidently.
That's right.
So I have 2 more times before I can expect magic.
I'm scared of our next game.
Overall, so what are your thoughts on the X-Men? Who are your favorite X-Men right now?
Well, they all are really good. They all have something different to bring. And this particular game, I really liked Cyclops. The last game I played with him, I was like, meh, he's okay. But this game, he definitely was good. I always have liked Wolverine every time I've played him. Again, unless you're going up against someone like MODOK, who can, turn the wilds into blanks, because a lot of his cool attacks have wilds attached to them and stuff. So, I think, Storm, I didn't do a whole lot with her because I was always activating her later. Because I had more pressing concerns, and so, but I think they're all Beast, great. I really liked Beast. I liked Beast a lot better in this game than in my previous games because I played him sooner in the activation. So
yeah, Beast was a beast.
Yeah, he was good.
I read some initial comments when they first spoiled his card, and there was a lot of poo-pooing on him, and I wasn't exactly impressed at first with him. But now that I've seen him played, and granted, I've only seen him played by Nikki and a few people online, I'm way more impressed with him.
Well, what's cool is with, I think it was Animalistic Freestyle, I was able to attack and then move medium after that, which put me by a console. I didn't have to waste an action to do that. And that gained me a point, and also able to attack twice. So I think being able to move him around, and then his other attack, now I don't think you have the option. You have to, if you roll a wild, you have to move within 1 of the target, but that can be very helpful too in some cases. I guess in some cases it might not be, but I think it's cool the way he can move around the board the way he does. Also, he accumulates power quickly, because when he rolls a failure, at least 1 failure, he gets a power for that. So
right. Yeah. So for me, again, I'm learning these characters. Magneto, I did kind of go back and forth after this game. By the way, that building should have been destroyed at the very end of round 5, but the game was over at that point. But the reason I bring that up was Magneto's leadership ability relies on, it's kind of like advanced R&D if you destroy terrain. So I kind of went back and forth, which was the better option. I really wanted to try Mystique. I don't know if hers was the better option in this game, or if, especially with the amount of things I wrecked, which would have been better. But I went with it. I stand by it. I learned a lot from it. I definitely think Mystique could be a great leader for the Brotherhood, especially when other ones come out, and especially if you don't want to use a 6-point character. That was one thing Nikki and I talked about a lot, was how freaked out she was taking on Magneto. He is a 6-point. He's every bit of 6 points, and he is worth 6 points, but he is 6 points. And that's a lot of power, or a lot of chunk of your list if you bring him. He's really got to perform, and I didn't do that this game. I should have, I told you what I should have done, or maybe put him right down the middle. So every round he was doing something significant. And I think if you're going to play a 6-point character, they always have to do something rather significant, or at least after round 1. And I wasn't doing that with him. Sabretooth, I think, has a great ability to do damage. I didn't do very well with him this game. I could have probably maneuvered him better. Toad, he's going to take some getting used to. He has some really good abilities, but he's fragile, very fragile. And he doesn't really have the damage output that other 2 points do.
I think you had mentioned you were wishing you had put Toad and Magneto together at the beginning. Then I was kind of afraid to go over by Magneto, so he would have been at that console. If he left, Toad would have still been there, and it might have been just kind of that I never got over to it. I never thought he was worth going after.
Yes, yeah. But overall, again, a lot of things learned, a lot of things, we just had fun, too. I think that's ultimately, we had a lot of fun with the game.
We did have fun. And you were also saying you were kind of, Drax is such a great character, love him. But you were saying you were kind of wishing you had gotten a character that had a farther range. Yeah, especially with this. There's a lot of close-in attacks. Or just not, having to get range 2 is very difficult. Especially when you don't have a charge. So you're going to basically be moving around and then attacking. So you get one attack a turn with these guys. Drax doesn't get the Brotherhood of Mutants ability to teleport using Asteroid M. So, yeah, I kind of wish I had brought somebody like a Hawkeye or Winter Soldier that had the range. Now, obviously, they don't have the kick that Drax has, so that could have been just as bad for me. But, again, a lot of things learned. I think that's really kind of all I have to say about this one. You'll be seeing a lot more of the X-Men, the Brotherhood. They're some of our favorite characters. Yeah, I love X-Men, for sure.
So hopefully everyone is ready to watch lots more of them. And with that, thank you again very, very much for watching. We appreciate all of our viewers. And until the next game.
Thank you.